working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. We begin with news around the nation. Special counsel Robert Mueller broke 2 years of silence, saying his written report speaks for itself and he would have nothing further to offer in any appearance before Congress. In a statement at the Justice Department, Mueller said if his team had clear confidence President Trump did not obstruct justice, they would have said so. But they were unable to reach that conclusion. And regardless, Mueller said he abided by Justice Department rules that prohibit the indictment of any sitting president, saying bluntly that charging the president with a crime is unconstitutional and was not an option. He said any method to charge a sitting president lies outside the judicial system.
If we had had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. We did not, however, make a determination as to whether the president did commit a crime. The introduction to the Volume 2 of our report explains that decision. It explains that under long-standing department policy, a president cannot be charged with a federal crime while he is in office. That is unconstitutional. Even if the charge is kept under seal and hidden from public view, that too is prohibited.
Mueller said he would have nothing beyond the report to add in an appearance before Congress. He also said Russian intelligence officers who were part of the Russian military launched a concerted attack on our political system in 2016. Mueller's resigning from his Justice Department post and returning to private life. Meantime, President Trump tweeted shortly after that statement this morning, saying in part, the case is closed. Once again, the auction of the East Hills Mall has been postponed.
Sale of this property has been postponed until June 3rd, 2019 due to beneficiaries' request.
The 350,000 square foot property was supposed to be auctioned off this morning. This is the third time it's been postponed now. Documents show a notice of default was issued when developers stopped payments on a $7.5 million loan for a redevelopment project earlier this year. The public auction is now set for next Monday, June 3rd at 10 a.m. on the steps of City Hall. Court watch now. The video sparked nationwide outrage. A woman seen dragging a dog behind an electric scooter. Today, she was back in court. This video surfaced in January, allegedly showing Elaine Rosa on an electric scooter while dragging a dog behind her. Court documents say the dog was hurt and Rosa took it to an urgent care hospital. Photos and video of the incident quickly went viral, with protesters calling for her to face criminal charges. 40 days later, the district attorney's office charged her with a felony count of animal cruelty. Rosa was in court today, but the preliminary hearing was pushed back until July 16th. Day 3 of a frantic search for a missing at-risk adult continues. Bakersfield police say this man, 29-year-old Garrett Mount, went missing Sunday night. He was last seen around 9 o'clock on Truxton Avenue near the courthouse and Bank of America building. Police say Mount is considered at risk because of a medical condition. He's described as 6'1", weighing 175 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. He has a rose tattoo on his left hand and the word Mount on his stomach. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call BPD at 327-7111. During what should be a time of celebration of a graduating class, the Cal State Bakersfield community is mourning the loss of a beloved advisor. Sarah Osteen MacArthur died last week from complications during childbirth. She served as an academic advisor at the School of Social Sciences and Education. Her husband, Marshall MacArthur, also works at the university, serving as the Outdoor Adventures Coordinator at the Student Recreation Center. Family says the baby girl is beautiful and healthy after MacArthur died during childbirth, but delivered the baby girl safely.
Sarah was a person with a million-watt smile, vibrant, always had a big smile on her face, always really hardworking and focused on student success, so much so that on Wednesday when I came in, I asked her colleagues, do you want to work? And they said, yes, Sarah would want us to work.
MacArthur's colleagues remember her as a prankster, a woman with a great sense of humor. A memorial service will be held at 10 this Friday at CSUB's Alumni Park. A GoFundMe account for MacArthur's family is nearing its goal of $85,000. The money will cover funeral costs and supplies for their new baby girl. You can find a link to donate on our website, kget.com. Well, new this summer, lunch will be offered at all Bakersfield Branch Library locations. The free lunch program begins June 3rd and runs through July 26th. Times vary from location to location. At most branches, it's open to kids ages 2 through 18, and parents and caregivers can eat as well for just $4. You can find a full list of locations and times on our website, kget.com. The Kern High School District also getting ready to launch its free summer breakfast and lunch programs. It provides free healthy meals to Kern High School District students and other kids in the community who are 18 or younger. The meals will be provided at Arvin, Bakersfield, East Bakersfield, Foothill, Golden Valley, Highland, Independence, Kern Valley, Miramonte, North, Ridgeview, Shafter, South, and West High Schools. The program starts June 3rd and runs through July 12th. And Kern High School District graduation ceremonies officially begin today. Students from Miramonte, Ridgeview, Shafter, South, Stockdale, West, and Continuation High Schools will all turn their tassels. We've posted a list of all Kern High School District graduation ceremonies and times on our website, kget.com.
Hi, I'm Scott with Aspire. I want to personally thank Kern County for trusting Aspire with being a part of your family's recovery. At Aspire Counseling Services, we take this opportunity very seriously and would be honored for your continued support. Call us today.
We're back now on your 17 Health Watch. Energy drinks may be bad for your heart. Researchers studied 34 adults between the ages of 18 and 40 years old. Those who drank a 32-ounce caffeinated energy drink in a short period of time experienced changes in their heart rhythm hours later. There was also an increase in their blood pressure. This is compared to those who consumed a placebo drink. Experts say doctors should advise patients who have heart conditions to limit their consumption of energy drinks. New research suggests playing a sport can improve the mental health of teens with difficult childhoods. The UCLA study tracked nearly 10,000 middle and high school students with a history of abuse, neglect, or other traumatic events. It showed those who participated in sports were less likely to struggle with anxiety and depression as young adults. A startling new study shows Americans simply cannot put their mobile devices down even after the lights are out. 1,000 teens and parents were surveyed, and the vast majority reported taking their devices to bed. 29% of teens actually slept with them. More than a third of teens and over a quarter of parents said they wake up during the night to check their phones. We also aren't listening to the doctor when it comes to having no screen time the hour before bed. The majority of both groups said they check their devices within 30 minutes of falling asleep. Nearly 40% of kids also reported their parents spend too much time on their mobile devices. Just a word of advice, parents. Summer break is fast approaching, so Hallie Pilot made a visit to the YMCA to learn how to keep you and your kids safe around the water this summer.
When it comes to kids and pools, Sarasota YMCA Aquatics Director Lauren Delagrange says we need to be more careful.
It's super important for parents to be aware of where their kids are at all times and make sure that we have eyes on our children. We can make sure we have a barrier fence up with a proper self-latching latch.
And according to the USA Swimming Foundation, formal swimming lessons can reduce the likelihood of drowning by as much as 88%.
We love to say that we're acclimating the kids when they first start out. We're getting them comfortable in the water so that they're not afraid.
Even when they are comfortable, Delagrange says the most important thing is for parents to pay attention.
It is a silent thing when the kids, slip under the pool. Just don't take your eyes off of them. Arm's length away from you if you're in the pool and they have, a Coast Guard approved life jacket on. Still got to make sure that you're keeping eyes on kids.
And now to the latest in that miraculous rescue in Hawaii. The 35-year-old woman found deep in the Hawaiian jungle is speaking out for the first time after almost losing her life. Here's NBC's Molly Hunter.
I'm so grateful to be alive.
For the first time, an emotional Amanda Eller taking questions about her 17 grueling days lost in the Maui jungle.
What don't people understand about your experience out there? I don't know if anybody can feel what I feel.
At the hospital that treated her, she spoke about the will to stay alive.
I was sitting in a foot of water on hard rocks that I knew were digging into my skin, but I didn't have another choice.
The 35-year-old yoga instructor and physical therapist says she was spiritually guided every step of the way.
I took a fall from 20 feet, jammed my left knee up, was screaming in pain. I'm looking at the sky like, you got to be kidding me.
But she kept going, each night a struggle to find water, find food, and a place to sleep.
As the sun starts to go down, you're like, okay, another night alone. How am I going to stay warm? How am I going to stay alive?
Her mission each morning, stay present and stay visible to the helicopters.
The helicopters are passing over and I'm standing on rocks and waving them down, and they're passing over and they're not seeing me. I'm invisible.
20 choppers passed overhead, she says, and those were just the ones she could see before finally she was spotted.
When I looked up and I saw the helicopter right over me and he's pointing right at me, I just fell to the ground and just started bawling.
And there she goes! Hoisting her to safety, it was her friend Javier Cantelops and his team of searchers.
I just collapsed, and it was like the best first hug ever.
And that hug followed by so many more in recent days.
So you've chosen life. You chose life every day of that journey. What do you want now?
I'm so driven by purpose of being here and helping people come out of pain and enjoy their life that that's what gets me going in the morning.
And that was Molly Hunter reporting. Eller still has quite a bit of recovery ahead of her, but as you can see, she has quite the endurance. Welcome back. Now in your 17 Business Watch, retail stocks are taking a beating today, hurt by a handful of poor earnings reports and the looming threat of tariffs on clothing imported from China. The Dow, as you can see, is down 334 points right now in trading. The NASDAQ down 84. The S&P 500 down 25. Oil prices are also dipping today. Let's take a look at those. West Texas Intermediate selling for $58.82 a barrel at last check. And Midway Sunset started the day at $66.64 a barrel. We'll, of course, have your closing numbers from the day on Wall Street coming up tonight at 5. The Transportation Security Administration will soon make it easier for air travelers to carry some forms of CBD oils and FDA-approved medical marijuana medications on planes under certain circumstances. Under updated TSA rules, FDA-approved medical marijuana will be allowed along with products that contain hemp-derived CBD oils that meet regulations defined under the 2018 Farm Bill. That change was prompted by the growing use of the drug Epidiolex, which contains CBD oil and is FDA approved for treating seizures in children with epilepsy. Up until now, all forms of marijuana have been prohibited for both checked and carried on bags. The new TSA rules still ban other forms of marijuana, including certain cannabis-infused products and CBD oils that contain THC, which are still illegal under federal law. TSA officers are required to report any violations to law enforcement, including possession of marijuana. Today is 529 Day. If you don't know what that means, you're not alone, but 529 plans could help you fund your child's college education tax-free. Liz McLaughlin explains.
Ben Israel Buckley.
These Morehouse graduates are getting a break on college debt.
My family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans.
But most students aren't so lucky.
The average college graduate has $37,000 of debt.
A number that could be lower if more families took advantage of 529 programs. Government-sponsored college savings accounts with tax benefits.
Over 30 states offer a state tax deduction if you fund a 529 plan in that state.
Some are offering special promotions for 529 Day. In North Carolina and Vermont, that means a chance to win extra funds for the accounts. But many parents are missing out. According to investment company Edward Jones, the majority of Americans don't understand 529 plans.
Your plan grows tax deferred, and if your child takes the money out of the plan for qualified education expenses, the money comes out tax-free.
Parents can use a site such as savingforcollege.com to find available plans. Many offer online enrollment and automatic monthly contributions. Friends and family can also help through a site like giftofcollege.com with gift cards to fund a 529 plan.
Because every little bit will help your child go to school.
And get the degree with less debt. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
It's important that money from 529 plans are used for qualified education expenses such as tuition, books, or housing. Otherwise, you could face tax penalties.
Hi, I'm Scott with Aspire. I want to personally thank Kern County for trusting Aspire with being a part of your family's recovery. At Aspire Counseling Services, we take this opportunity very seriously and would be honored for your continued support. Call us today.